Hurricanes dealt with business, as they should have most of the season.
Did
But
their job. They did
really,
their
really impressive game, the NC State game. What were your kind of main takeaways? Let's just hop into it all.
I'll say right away, first thought, they did something I was really hoping they would do, and they just dominated from the start to finish. I would say of any game they played, I believe Mario said this too, this was their best game from top to bottom on all sides of the football in every aspect. I think they played every single aspect of the game. They played perfectly between offense, defense, special teams. They played 4 really good quarters of football, probably the most complete game they've played all season long. And it was against a team that, in my opinion, we were totally on upset alert against this team. A team that came into with a super explosive offense, a CJ Bailey quarterback who you thought could have easily lit up this Miami defense with really good receivers, really good running backs that came back from injury, and they dominated, straight up dominance. The first thing I mean, even look at the defense, so good, and it started with Jacoby Thomas's pick 6, and from that point on, that game was wraps from the start. So that was my first thought, was what was the reason why we won this game? Jacoby Thomas's pick 6 kind of started everything.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like you said it right there. It is by far the best start to finish game I think this Miami team has played. Maybe you put up there the USF game just because it was against a better opponent, but still, like, looking at how they thoroughly dominated this game offensively, defensively. Jacoby Thomas playing phenomenally. That offense from out the jump just being like, okay, let's go and attack. Let's go and attack the other team. Let's not wait for them to come at us. And they're going to light up the scoreboard. Malachi Tony's throwing multiple passes throughout the game. Finds JoJo Trader for one. Could have had another one to Gerard Pringle. I think he overthrew him on that one. But like still, like back going downfield a lot. Not worry about picks or anything. Then defensively, we going into this game, it was like, okay, CJ Bailey, we gotta contain that passing offense, but also they had a very good run offense with both the running backs. Hollywood Smothers, the best, the leading rusher in the ACC. He comes back and he's healthy and he's been explosive all season. You hold him to -2 rushing yards. I get he's coming off an injury still, but like that, they had 29 total rushing yards, 1.5 per carry, and you'll see all that, and it was by far the most impressive showing from this Hurricanes team. I don't really think there's no other way to really say it, because we got the fact that it was just so consistently moving the football, keeping the other team down, and we got to a point where we're not no fourth quarter. Oh, will we? Won't we? We're not into the waning moments of the second quarter being like, well, this is pretty close. I wonder if Miami will kind of put on the gas in the second half, like we think about Stanford and Syracuse. Where most of those first halves were, Stanford just entirely was awful, and then Syracuse, it was a little, but then they got going. But the fact that young guys get to play a bunch, Gerard Pringle, just like another name throw out there, like we were talking about, we saw a little bit of flashes last week. Was he going to continue to take a step with more opportunities? And we saw it this week. 17 carries, 160 yards, averaging 7 a carry. He was just everything you wanted out of it.
Yeah, him getting the nod was at the starter running back this week. Huge change, and it was an awesome play, move by whoever decided it. It was great. He was so good. He is so fast, electric to watch, elusive. He plays so well. He's so fun to watch. And this is a guy that, in my eyes right now, I'd put him at RB2 when Fletcher comes back. That this is a guy, when you want pure power on one and speed on the other, that's where Fletcher and Pringle are right now. I want Pringle to be playing consistently more, even when Fletcher gets back. He got the nod, and he obliterated that NC State defense, a bad defense, and they made them look terrible.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest things I saw from this game entirely was the use of the young guys. There were so many formations that Miami had, so many lineups that included Pringle as the running back, true freshman, Malachi Tony, Joshua Moore, Dalen Upshaw. That was a lineup that was used consistently by Miami, and it was so fun to watch because it tells you how much trust this team has in that 2020 in this class. These are all true freshmen. These are all their first games here, and they all look so good. They played so much, played with a lot of fun. They played with a lot of joy, and the play call was creative. So many more creative play calls, 3 or 4 trick plays, a flea flicker on one, a lot of running, towards the outside. The offense looked different. It looked fun. And Mr. H, you make a decent point because this was a lot, a big thing that we've been talking about on Thursday is how much of an influence is Mario and Mirabal putting on Dawson as the coordinator. And it looked like Dawson was just having fun out there, truly as a coordinator. And I thought he played really. I thought everyone played really well. I thought the formations were great. I have no real takeaways from the negatives from this game. I don't think I do.
Yeah, and I mean, just something we saw out of Dawson in one of his press conferences, I think last week, in the Monday press conference, was he was like, "Okay, we got to get back to playing with fun, getting the guys because it feels like the way they were playing was so restricted and not really loose that, okay, yeah, sure, we're gonna have a throwback to Carson Beck. Think about last week in Syracuse. Oh, we're gonna throw it to CC Maui Noah off of another screen, like trick plays like that to kind of get the offense juiced up and have some fun. And then we saw a continuation of that where more runs to the outside, more trick plays, more just having fun and not really feeling so restricted and like conservative the way that it had looked. So I wasn't there for the call-in show, but yeah, it definitely does seem like he's just kind of letting it all go because at this point of the season, there's nothing you can't play with. We've talked about this. You can't at this point of the season where Miami is now. You can't play with the mentality that we're more talented. We should just go out there and win these games without having to throw everything out there because these teams in the ACC have shown throughout the year against Miami and other outside of Miami, look across the ACC have shown they're going to fight back. You're not just going to simply overpower them with pure talent. You got to just go out and win these games in every single facet. And the Miami offense playing as free as it has, that game was just so refreshing to see.